Arizona Cardinals versus New York Jets. This is just what the doctor ordered for the Arizona Cardinals. And if they're for real, they better put this game away early. Let me hit you with projections here. Kyler Murray bounces back, although, I mean, he had touchdowns, but he had like no yardage. It was weird. But anyway, Arizona, Kyler Murray, yes, he's a start. Running back Drake, is he going to play? Is he banged up? Chase Edmonds, everybody pulling from waivers. You said that last week, I believe, David. You were on him, so do your victory lap. Chase Edmonds.
And you as well. You had him projected as the second highest Cardinals scorer.
I did. You're right. I just was.
Hopkins.
I was a sit in Hopkins. Whew. I mean, it was just a tough week. Kudos to Carolina for kind of getting in Arizona's head early there. But yeah, Chase Edmonds was a sit, but a touchdown candidate. He did get in there. So if you played him daily fantasy, that's good. This week, I do have him outscoring Kenyan Drake, even if Kenyan Drake is healthy enough to play. And actually, I do have Edmonds as a start this week. This week, I think every week, I don't care about optics or I don't care what happened. I don't even care if he's banged up. But DeAndre Hopkins is a start. I'm away from everybody else. I think I'd mentioned, I don't know if it was on this podcast last week or if it was on another, start-sit segment or something, but I said, one of these secondary wide receivers, whether it was Fitzpatrick or, not Fitzpatrick, I'm sorry, Fitzgerald. Or Kirk was going to get in the end zone. I picked Fitzgerald to get in and ended up being Kirk. But I like that he's kind of back. Just keep your eye on him. I don't think I'd start him this week, but keep an eye on him. And I stay away from Arizona tight end every single week. New York Jets. Sorry, Jets fans. I start Crowder. I have no problem starting Crowder. And I do have a start grade on Herndon, as I say pretty much every week, but I'm telling you, I'm staying away from the Jets outside of Crowder.
Give up on that one, Sean.
I'm telling you, that's a computer thing. I'm not doing it. I gave up on it. I tell Rockobot to give up on Herndon. I give up on him. But Jamison Crowder, I think, is a safe start. He'll get you catches and he'll get you yardage. Maybe not too many touchdowns, but I think he's the only safe Jet until Le'Veon Bell, if he comes back healthy this year, which I'm assuming he will in the back half of the season. Those two would be safe, but for now, it's only Crowder. Anyway, take it away, David.
I'll tell you what the problem is right there. Rockobot does not know how to factor Adam Gase into its equation. it can't account for the Adam Gase factor. It doesn't show up on the computer screen.
I will say this: Rockobot is really good with slot receivers. So like he was really good and dialed in back when Gase was coaching Jarvis Landry back in the day and all this. For some reason, Cole Beasley had a nice projection last week. These slot receivers, Rockobot does pretty well, and tight ends, like short intermediate. I mean, it's actually really good, but you're right, man. Herndon, woof.
So on the other side, we'll talk about the Cardinals. I mean, we got to start with Chase Edmonds, right? He's the one who's everybody's talking about because they're talking about Kenyan Drake. I should say Kenyan Drake's the one that everybody's talking about, and it ain't for anything good. Thing with Kenyan Drake that stands out to me is he has completely given up the receiving role to Chase Edmonds. Through the first 3 weeks, Chase Edmonds outproduced Kenyan Drake as a receiver all 3 weeks. We saw it again in week 4. Kenyan Drake didn't have a catch. Chase Edmonds, 5 receptions, 24 yards, and a touchdown. He is their third down back. And now we see Kenyan Drake struggling. He can't do anything as a rusher. It looks like maybe because it's predictable, maybe because he's hurt from the walking boot and he's still not fully recovered. Who knows? Right. But whatever it is, it's not working on the ground with Kenyan Drake. And that means Chase Edmonds could start to make this a rushing committee while owning the receiving role. So he was my top ad last week. If he's still available, you got to go get Chase Edmonds, especially talk about Kenyan Drake. If he misses time in this offense, the upside is league-winning potential with Chase Edmonds.
So let me cut in there. So you know this, and people maybe new to this network don't know, but we do a ton of analysis in offensive systems. And I did all this work last year when what's his face there? His name is escaping me.
David Johnson?
No, the coach for Arizona. Why can't I think of his name off the top of my head? Kingsbury. Goodness gracious. But anyway, when he was a college coach, I mean, he was a guy that divvied the ball out, never really used tight ends too much, and used multiple running backs. So last year, I thought that David Johnson and Chase Edmonds were going to get a split. Edmonds was hurt early in the year. They end up making the move for Drake. Drake goes crazy, but while Edmonds was actually still hampered and on the bench, now that both are healthy, I think this is more of a confirmation of what we can expect Arizona to be. I don't think it's all about the injury. I really don't. I think Edmonds' role is safe. Keep in mind, if you're in a dynasty or a keeper and Edmonds is available, Drake is only on a transition tag. He's going to be a free agent. They're not going to give him big money based on what he's doing this year. It's most likely that Edmonds is going to at least have this same role next year, if not have a bigger role, you should go grab him, everybody. You really should.
Yeah, I think that's a great call. His value, I don't know what I would give up to him. I feel like a 2021-2 might be a little bit high.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think if you can maybe get like Edmonds in a third, or you can try and work 2/3 for Edmonds, maybe a player in a third for Edmonds, his value, like I said, it's going to continue, especially if Drake leaves and they don't bring in another big time back next year.
Yep.
We'll talk about the other side. What was the team? Oh, Jets. Is there anything to talk about? No wonder I forgot who are they facing again? What was that nobody team? The Jets. I mean, you said it. There's not much to say. Jamison Crowder, and that's it.
Yeah, there's nothing to like here. The only reason I like Bell when he comes back is because he'll get you catches consistently. And that's why I like Crowder. The Jets are often playing from behind. I will say this, in the start sit in the fantasy football segment last week, fantasy football fallout segments on Monday, we said Denver and New York stream those defenses. They did both finish top 10. So this Jets defense does play well because they're aggressive defensively, so you can start them sometimes. This is not the week for that, though. I think Arizona, coming off that loss, I think they're going to come out. And Arizona, if they blitz, this is the type of system that eats up the blitz. I'm staying away from the Jets defense this week as well. Let me hit you with the line here. Bovada has Arizona -7 versus the Jets. Who you got?
Arizona.
Yeah, I think Arizona.
Jets couldn't even cover that spread against the third-string Broncos.
I know. We're ripping. That is a game I need to watch. I didn't watch that one, start to finish. Ripping. I like that. I like young quarterbacks that come in and just throw the ball downfield. I like it, man.
He gave his guys chances. There's no doubt about that.
And he doesn't have Cortland Sutton. He's basically got Jerry Jeudy and Tim Patrick, who we'll talk about, in the Denver segment, whenever that is. I like it. I like it. Look, Drew Lock is obviously the starter there and everything, but I liked him better than what I was seeing from Driscoll. Let's move on to the next game.